Okay, no.
Yeah, so we're live finally. So, hello everyone. This is Kavvita Kapoor Khalsaa, and this is Exposé on marriage, no marriage. And today's topic is breakups. Well, breakups, हर एक कोई अपने life में breakups को experience किया है. But today we have a very special guest. She's from Mumbai and she's gorgeous. As you can see her, she's already there online with me. She's Shivam Saxena, who's had a glorious past in her international business career and her corporate life, where she has set up businesses for people. So people, that's another thing that she does. She can set you up and your businesses and clear your being upset also. So set up, upset, that's a play of words. But she's excellent because she's a CF. She is a fabulous facilitator. She's straightforward and she's true by every word of it, because that comes from her heart. I know her for a couple of years, and she's always a delight. She says straight whatever is required to be said. So thank you so much, Shivam, for being there on my show.
Thank you. And thank you for such a lovely introduction. I'm so happy to be here.
I'm so happy. I know you've been unwell for quite some time, but I just saw that ab jaldi se theek ho jao and you come on my show and there you are.
Totally. Yes. How does it get
So,
better than that?
yes, and so marriage or no marriage, first of all, okay, let me just basically start with a thing. What point of view do you have about marriage or no marriage? Then we'll come on to breakups.
Oh, um, what point of view do I have about marriage? I'll start with that. It's first of all, marriage is not something that it's like uh, it's not like as you have to have a 10th standard degree, you have to have a graduate degree and a whatever. Marriage is not like a license that you have to have in life. First of all, it's a choice.
Yes.
And let that be a choice that adds to your life, not
yes.
something you have to do because
The
that's
time ho gaya hai, you're
yeah,
aging, or you have to do it because you have to
yeah,
produce children, your biological clock is ticking. No, okay,
yeah. And
yes.
also like you need somebody in your old age, so you
Oh
should
yes,
get married
that's a
now.
very big
Yeah.
one. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It's like,
You can't be alone.
yeah, you
Yeah.
can't be alone, you can't be. And then and my point of view is it's I think it's far worse to be lonely in a marriage,
Oh yes.
you know than be alone and be like, okay, I do trust relationships, and I do have this hope that when I am in a relationship, it adds to my life and it adds to the other person's life.
Absolutely.
And then marriage and title, it just becomes a label, like whether it's required or not in life.
Oh
So
yes.
what if it's just a choice?
It is just a choice. You bet. So I would like to ask you, when people are in a relationship, so what leads to a breakup? That's one key question, that what actually leads to a breakup. Like, why, when you come up, it's like a choice, that attraction happens and now you're together, but then what leads to a breakup? Why do people just break up? And
They could be like a million things that could lead to a breakup. Just the way they could be a million things that actually get two people together. And one thing is like, can we talk about a little bit of access tools? Is that okay? Like a
yes,
little
yes,
bit,
please,
yeah?
please, because I link it up with access, and I believe, or no, I don't even have to believe, I know that these tools are so magical when it comes to creating relationships,
Yeah.
and even to deal with a breakup.
Yeah. And
Yeah,
and like
please.
and what if breakup is really a change in relationship?
Oh yes.
you know and a lot of people are like, I mean, isn't it funny? It's like really ironic and bड़ी अजीब चीज लगती है कि one minute you are absolutely in love with a person, and then a breakup happens and then you absolutely hate the person.
Oh
It's
yes.
like, yeah, who decides कि just because breakup हो गया है तो you have to have hatred for that person who you adored once in your time, like, I mean, because who are you making wrong with that? You're
But
making you wrong, your
this
choice.
is such a beautiful thing that you brought up. What leads to that hatred? Because see,
Yeah,
I feel when you say love, and the hidden part is that you actually bring out the hatred
yeah,
after some time.
yeah. And you bring out the hatred, and what if actually it's like, you can still adore the person, but then you realize, you know what, we living together or us together in this way is no longer working.
Absolutely, yes.
And then I mean, and Kavita, like how we were talking about like before we started the live,
Yeah.
like yeah, like I mean, we have seen breakups, we have been
Yeah.
through breakups, like, and one thing I like to bring myself to a place is where I can be grateful for the person who was in my life,
Absolutely. Yes.
you know. And that's not something that happens right away when you have a breakup. And what if that's okay? Give yourself ease with that. But like, you don't have to spend your time hating that person for rest of your life. That is not going to be fun for you either.
No, because even I realized that after, but it takes time.
It takes
After some time, you realize, oh my God,
yeah,
thank you so much. We are not together.
yeah,
Because it wouldn't have worked in the long run, and it was so toxic then. It's
yeah,
great that we are you. So even a kick in your butt could be a contribution.
exactly. And thank you so much for realizing, wow, this is not working out. Because
Yeah.
we as humanoid women, and we as humanoids, and we as women, we like to make things work.
Yes.
यू नो अगर चावल भी जल जाता है उसको भी हम सुधारने की कोशिश करते हैं
You
because
bet.
like we
I
like
know.
to, yeah, we like to
We don't like to throw away things just because ab ho gaya, okay, let's throw it. We would
yeah,
give you 100% shot, and if it still doesn't work out,
yeah,
what the fuck,
yeah.
that kind of thing.
And that's the thing. And it's like, what if breakup is not a sign of failure?
Oh yes.
It's like, what if it's not about you have failed, that person has failed, relationship has failed, your choices has failed. Like look at the level of judgment that you end up putting on you
Yeah, and the other person.
and the
It's
other.
so much of mudslinging. See, breakups, I don't necessarily mean in relationship, but it's also like a divorce thing. There's so many cases lying pending in
Yeah,
courts, like lakhs and lakhs of cases,
yeah,
and they're just still fighting their entire life. They bloody create cancer, and there's so
yeah,
much of animosity and hatred. And I will not give this. There's so much of tussle going
yeah.
on. And
And
for
how much
what?
do you lose you in that fight?
Yeah, and then because I can't see you do you think that when one person moves on and the other one is just stuck there, that creates the ripple effect,
But
or like,
what if it's just really a time for change? Do you live in the same, I mean, and then I'm not saying that, hey, every relationship has to have an end, okay? But and yeah, let look at like what, so like take an example of any breakup that you've had in life, whether be a friendship, whether be it a romantic one.
yeah,
um
or even a friendship. Okay, how about friends? I've lost so many friends
Me
as
too.
I've grown. Now I'm 40, but there's so many friends I'm like, okay,
Yeah,
yeah, we used to be friends,
yeah,
we're no longer
yeah,
friends.
yeah. And then when you were friends, you had a great time, but then
Oh
what,
yes.
that it's a change. What if it's a change? Okay. So it's like and you want to really ask, like, okay, when was the change showing up that I kind of did not acknowledge?
Yes.
And because when you don't acknowledge that, that's when you try to hold on to it. And
or
and then you're like, wow, I'm not ready to move on.
or
And like,
was is it because the
sometimes,
number of years people say that we've been
yes,
10 years, 10
10
years, how
years.
can I leave it?
Yeah, women think that they have put 10 years. Men think that they have put 10 crores, right? Because it's like, it's
Yeah.
an investment. It's an
Yeah.
investment of money. It's an investment of time. It's an investment of energy. But can you just like get to under all of that? Actually, it's an investment of adoration. But you don't have to make it about an expectation. If the other person is ready to move on, um, maybe,
Setting them free would be the best thing
because,
that
yeah, and that sets you free too, because the underlying judgment of that, of having really a breakup hurt you and tear you apart, the underlying judgment is that you can't create something greater.
Oh yes.
All you
I'll not get, so a lot of women hang on in a relationship because they feel they won't get someone else.
Yeah, they won't get someone else, next person is not going to come. And so really, and I love playing with this tool, like, we have what else is possible. And I love saying, who else is possible, guys?
Yeah.
Else is possible, be it in friendship, or be it in be it with your business, be it like, okay, you were in a job for 10 years and then now you're out of job, that's a breakup.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
like, who else is possible, like,
Wow, that's such a beautiful tool. Who
yeah,
else is possible?
who else is possible, who's ready to play with you next? And for that, like, please get out of judgments of you, because that is where you deliver the level of unkindness that no one else does, only
Right. towards yourself, because who
Yeah.
else is possible would also get you out of guilt, right? I mean, because there is a lot of guilt, because a lot of people continue in a relationship because they don't want to feel guilty or hurt somebody.
Guilty
So
about
is
what?
that even true?
Yeah, guilty about.
Suppose one person is moving on, they
Yeah.
feel guilty for having moved on, right? I
Yeah.
mean, that's what brings in a
Yeah.
lot of guilt emotions, or how do I tell the other person I'm
Because,
done with you?
yeah, because breakup kind of, and we have this amazing book called Living Beyond Distractions.
Yes.
The thing is, breakup, if you look at it, and is such a combination of blame, shame, guilt, regret.
Oh yes.
It
Yes.
has to be somebody's fault because you're
Yes.
looking at it as a failure.
Yes.
If you're not looking at it as a failure and you're like, okay, and this is where you kind of want to be, instead of a child, what if you can be an adult of consciousness? But what if you can be an adult here and be like, okay, you know what, this has happened now, let me face this. And where have I decided what is my underlying assumption here, that is keeping me stuck here? And most of the times that underlying assumption will be, I was not good enough,
Yeah.
it was my fault.
Yes.
And if I am so faulty, then even the next one that I will have is going to be crazy and screwed up.
Absolutely.
So it's like people give up on themselves in a relationship. And that is the thing. So people give up on themselves in relationship, and how much of that actually creates a breakup?
Yes. Yes, they break up with themselves.
Yeah, they break up with themselves, and then it just starts to show in different parts of their life, whether
You
be
bet.
it body, be it with their people in their life, be it
Even
their
money.
be it their work. And so it's like, you want to really ask, like, okay. And so it's like, so well, so if you have, if for the people out there, like, okay, if you have had a breakup, whenever, or if you're going through one, or if you're considering one, like, what if you could look at it for what it is,
Yeah.
and then start to find because somewhere you lose you.
So
And
how
when
can
you
one?
lose you, yeah.
So no. In this, that brings me to the question: how can one have ease with this breakup scenario?
Yeah, so then that is another thing. It's like, what the biggest thing that people do is like, and then and that again is like one reason why when people have a breakup, and then they can't out create that, and and invite another relationship, or they'll invite another relationship that is very similar to the last one, is you want to look at, where have you stopped your receiving?
Oh yes.
Okay, because and that's the thing. It's like, be an adult, look at what's there, ask, is this working for you, is this not working for you? And even if, like, crying, and give, and well, please give yourself the time to cry about
Recover.
it. Yeah, time to
It's
recover.
like grieving, because for me it's like death of a relationship. Okay, it's somebody dying.
Yeah,
Grieve over it as much as you wish to, but
grieve over it, and at the same time also start receiving it.
yeah.
Otherwise you will always be locked in a grief, you know and even if it's a death of a person, death of a relationship, yeah, give yourself time, take a look at whatever is coming up for you, and also start taking that one step, or maybe half a step, towards receiving.
Right.
And when you start receiving, then you start opening the doors to a different future, because that's what it is here for. Like, how much, and really ask, like, what's right about this I'm not getting? What's right about me I'm not getting? What's right about them I'm not getting? And I know that question about what's right about them I'm not getting will take a little while. That's okay. That is okay. But start asking, what's right about me I'm not getting? What's right about this?
Is it because that we just label that this is the best moment of my life and we want to hold on to it, and then we're like, oh, but we've had so many beautiful moments, why would you want to move on? And we're not comfortable with the idea. And how about not comparing
Yeah.
the new person with the old person?
Yeah.
Because we make past so significant.
Yeah.
And oh, you're also going to turn out like this, and now everything is from the past.
I know, and you're going to turn out like this. Well, of course you are. Well, of course, now your point of view creates a reality. So what are you creating with that point of view?
We
So
end up recreating the same crap in a
yeah.
new bottle every time.
Yeah. So instead of that, like, yeah, your point of view creates your reality, and instead of that, there was something else there. Yeah, like, start looking at the future. And yeah, okay, you were talking about the beautiful moments, right? Those are the ones
Yes.
you miss. Even if it's someone who we have had in our life who passed away, right? We miss the beautiful moment.
Yeah.
We know that it's changed and they have gone and they're out in the universe, right? But it's like that beauty that we miss. Like, take a look at that beauty that you miss,
Yeah.
right? Now it's an energy.
Yes.
Can you start giving that to yourself?
Receive from it still,
Receive
because
from,
it's in the molecular level,
and
you
yeah,
can just receive.
yeah, and everywhere you think it's the other person who you created that beautiful moment.
Yes.
So give
We,
that energy to you. Be that with you. If you were in a relationship that that is no longer there, but there was this amazing nurturing and amazing gifting or amazing joy. What if you can make a demand to gift that to you now? Like,
right.
you don't have to do a breakup with you.
And how much of abuse goes into a breakup?
So abuse, and that's the thing. It's like so abuse. I love like how Gary Douglas says abuse is basically an invalidation of being.
Of being,
Okay?
yes.
So it's like, how much do you invalidate you?
How
You know,
much have we been invalidating us since we were kids?
since we were kids. So it's like, how much have you already created that whole distance with you? You have separated from you. So it's, and that's the thing. It's like that. Let that healing time where you give yourself time to find you, okay, and call it your finding you journey, okay. So let that healing, what if you could let that healing time be about everything that you were happy about, that different people have, you've enjoyed with different people, but now, like, what if you could really give that energy to you, be
To
that
you.
with you.
No, so one thing that is coming up right now, is it because we've seen a lot of abuse with our parents and stuff and all, that we allow that as a very natural thing to come to us? And then we're like, okay, it's not working, but let's make it work still and let's continue with the abuse.
So here's the thing. If you are, if, well, a lot of times people choose relationship partner based on the parent or
Yes.
an authority figure from their childhood who they
Have
receive,
been hating.
who they receive the most invalidation from.
Oh,
Okay,
right.
so
We do that.
yeah, we do that. Like, so for example, if somebody had, it's a if so like I realized, like, my elder brother was, I mean, and he's still a very dominating person and everything, but in his world there is no such thing as, like, when he's with me, there is no such thing as choice of me. Like, I have no voice in
Oh,
his.
yeah, I get that. Yes.
So, and it was really funny for me to look at, like, how I actually at one point was choosing a person in my life who was very similar energy, who spoke to me exactly like that, who talked to me like that, and who was very caring, because my that was my brother's idea of caring, like, let me take care of you and, like, not give you any choice. But so that's just one
As being
example.
overprotective.
Yeah, being overprotective and being superior, and and that's the thing. It's like, where you are not there
Right.
in the
You
relationship at all.
you're not there, but everything else around you is like that I'm there for you type.
Yeah,
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 yeah.
and then you just absolutely feel stifled, you feel invalidated. So it's like, and I love, like, so what if you could recognize, like, how many, and by you I mean the audience,
Yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah, the audience.
like, what if people could actually look at, like, where they are choosing partners
Right.
based on the invalidation that they received from some family member growing up.
Right.
Okay,
And what if there are many?
what if
Because
they're
I realized that even
yeah,
I, and it took a long time. When I got into Access is when I realized, oh, I created such a similar thing in my family, what everyone else is doing. And
yeah,
it literally took me, I would say, 5 years of continuous
yeah.
Access consciousness, that I now have probably realized that I can create creationship, not just, abusive relationships.
There you
I
go.
think I got so used to being abused.
Yeah, yeah, we are, and we think, and that's true, because there is a potency we have where we can handle abuse.
Yes, we
But guess
can.
what?
Yes.
You don't have to choose it anymore.
So yeah, we don't have to. And then what if you could choose you in every relationship?
Every relationship, because and that's where the and choosing you, not from a space of that, okay, this is going to be only about me, but when you like choose you and include the other person in it,
Yes.
and then, like, what if going into a relationship, you don't have to be like, you know what, this is how it's going to be for the rest of our lives.
Yeah.
And
What if you could upgrade every now and then?
every now and then, and it's like, and I love this tool of like, I'm creating and destroying your relationship
Oh
every now and
yes,
then, right? So it's
that's
like,
beautiful.
what that does is it keeps a relationship on a creative edge,
Yes.
rather than like, you deciding, because that's another thing, like your first question, like what leads to breakup, is like what people stop doing is being creative in their relationship,
Yeah.
because एक बार वो शादी हो गई, या फिर
Huh.
the engagement ring has come, or whatever, at some point that they are like, okay, the work is
Done.
done,
Yeah.
and that is the point
They
where
start dying.
the breakup begins.
Yeah.
Correct.
No, but I have a couple of women who say that, I gave everything, which means you're physically, when you've given everything before marriage,
Yeah.
now they feel that they cannot, like, it's a pious thing. It's such a sin to actually not be with the same person. It's like, in villages, it used to happen. If you've been raped or something, they'll get you married to the same person as a way of punishment or whatever. But that's so much more of an abuse. But now what happens is, when you've given away everything because you thought that was the, like in movies, we kind of, oh, I've surrendered to this man, now he's my god, and they're not able to move away from that physical
Also,
proximity.
basically, what you're talking about is they have been physically intimate with
Entangled.
one, yeah, and it's like, okay, now I can't be with another man,
Yes.
that kind of thing.
A lot of women have said this, and then they haven't moved on after that. The man doesn't have a problem moving on.
Yeah. So, and I would just say, yeah, I remember, and this is where, like, I think this is gonna, it then ends up becoming a much longer conversation.
Longer, yeah. No.
But,
So one tool, that how should such women look at themselves, or look at the act of sexual activity as, and not make it significant.
well, you want to ask your body,
Will it be kind or
what,
gentle, and
what
will it be an honoring of you
body,
to continue?
what would be fun for what? Well, I know now fun would be just a wrong.
Yeah. At this point, yes.
Yeah. So it's like, body, what would you like to create next?
Who
Okay.
would you choose? Who
So
could be
that,
gentle and kind
and who would be gentle and kind and caring for you? Which body would be kind and
and
gentle?
nurturing? Yeah.
Yeah, and nurturing for you. And by the way, then this is the part where we have this thing, and that we discuss in foundation class, is about the difference between sexuality and sexualness.
Yes.
So what you talking about is like the village people, like, and this is not
Sexuality.
about, then this is not about that, oh, go have sex with everybody and blah blah blah.
No.
It's not, it is really about, a first of all, can you just let, because sexualness, the energy of sexualness is healing, nurturing, caring, kindness, orgasmic energy.
Yes.
Okay. So, and that is like, even the trees have it. All right. So it's like, you want to, what if the first step, first of all, to take, and then it's not about, oh, I can't have, I mean, I have been intimate with this person, now I don't want to end this relationship because I don't want to be physically intimate with other, okay, that's mental chatter.
Yes, it is.
That's mental chatter. For a second, just look at where have you suppressed and cut off your sexualness, which is healing, caring, nurturing, kindness, generative, creative energy of you,
Yes.
body.
That's so beautiful.
Start there and let your body show you, and ask your body, hey body, can you help me with this? Your body
Wow.
is your
And
best.
all those people who don't know how to talk to your bodies, please come for our access classes, and you would get to know, and you'll receive the nurturing kindness that you have for you and for other people, that you're passing it on to other people, but not to you.
Yeah, you're passing it on to other people, and because you exclude your body, let your, and please trust your body. Your body will let you know when it's which is a nice touch and which is a, like, and how
You
the
know, nobody has to teach you this is a bad touch and good touch. You just know it.
body knows it. Your body will tell you.
Yes.
Like in the US, there is an education that is given to children to kind of like, so they can to educate children, so they don't end up being sexually abused. So they teach children about good touch, bad touch. But
Yes.
that's the thing, children know, you have always known, you have always known, and your body will always tell you what is a good,
Yes.
like how I mean, the same way, like hugging some people can,
Makes you feel so expansive.
yeah, it just melts your world. And then there'll be someone else and you'll be like, okay,
Why
any,
did I even hug this person?
like,
Yeah.
yeah, can I just say hi from a distance, you know?
Yeah.
And yeah, and that is your body kind of like, ask how much is your body actually at that time telling you that, okay, this touch, great touch, this touch, not so good touch. Like, trust your body, ask your body to show you the way.
It's so beautiful. So, last few words that you would want to leave the viewers with, because yes, I know it's a very deep topic. So, people, if you would want to know or get facilitated, if you're stuck, please approach Shivam. I'm there. There are many facilitators across the globe, but do not suffer and do not allow abuse to set in. But last few words, Shivam, for our audience.
I would say, like, if you are having a hard time with breakup, and and you have tried a few tools and everything, also give one more thing a shot. um, Go be in the nature.
Yeah. Wow.
Nature, like for me personally, like when I am dealing, like for I mean, and thank you, Kavita, for picking up this topic, because it really made me look like, for the last few days I was really looking like, okay, what do I have to share about this? And I
Yeah.
realized, like, every time like I've had an intense breakup or something, one thing like I automatically ended up doing was, like, I would go out, be in the nature,
Wow. That's so
and
beautiful.
spend a few days in nature. And I cannot explain, I cannot just but I will just say it's like one of the best things, because let nature heal you, guys. Let nature, and that's another thing, because nature also,
Receive.
yeah, nature also opens up this thing of receiving for you, right?
Yeah.
So, and because receiving is what you cut down, because you're hurt, your trust is broken,
Yes.
your trust in people is broken, and that's okay. But you know what, and give it time, it's okay. But you don't have to be there for rest of your life,
Right.
and only you, and you have the courage,
Yes.
right? Universe will never show up anything in your world that you can't handle.
That's so wonderful. Yes, so
And
true.
universe has your back. Really, what's right about this you're not getting, what's right about you you're not getting. And if you have the amazing potency to even tolerate abuse, do you not have the amazing courage and the potency to actually receive and choose and ask for something greater? You do,
Yes.
you know. So what if you can, and then, and it's like the next relationship that you have, what if you can actually ask, like, okay, and what relationship I can have, or creationship, or whatever it is that you would like to have. Like, what is the next thing I can have, next person I have in my life, who expands my life, I expand his life, and we both together expand and contribute to the world,
Wow.
right? Like, how much joy and happiness can two people have, that can be a contribution to the world? We don't look
That's
at that,
so beautiful.
you know.
Yeah.
And engage, and next time you are with a person, and you engage earth, engage. Earth is here to gift you, to contribute you to your relationships. So what,
Yes.
that is the next person that's out there that you can invite in your world. And what if now is the time?
What if now is the time? What if you can receive? And there we have zillion of the healing modality in access, healing like starts with bars, facelift, lot of stuff that will actually liberate you, and whatever the thing is stuck, that eases you completely. So, and we have zillion tools, and we have fantastic facilitators. Shivam is in Mumbai, but approachable anywhere from anywhere. So do connect with us and release yourself, and do not suffer is all I would say.
Yeah, do not suffer alone, and you don't have to do this alone. We are here.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Evan, for being there. Thank you so much.
Thank you
Thank you.
so much.
Bye. Thank you, people. We'll be there with another beautiful guest and a new topic next time. Thank you so much for being on the
Bye.
show. Bye.
Thank you.